tune in to an actual gaming session.
Where are the Cheetos?
Yeah, exactly.
Where are the Cheetos?
Where are the Cheetos?
Where are the Cheetos?
Gallstaff, you've entered the door to the north.
You are now by yourself, standing alone
In a dark room, the pungent smell of mildew emanates from the wet dungeon wall. I don't know where what the fuck is that coming from?
Hey, it's a VGBits Bitcast. This is episode 15. Today is July? What the hell? Gee, man.
Well, this one's not coming out for a while.
Let's try this. It's January 7th, 2018. We're recording on a Sunday because we were busy yesterday. So this week, I am joined by TJ in the studio.
It's me.
Yeah, this time you are not remote.
Yeah, thank
Hooray.
God. Yeah, the audio quality was terrible.
It was okay.
It was okay. It was passable, but it was not good.
And joining us remotely this week, fortunately, we have Michael.
Hello.
Yay. And
I'm happy to be here.
And in the process of being uploaded right now, the sexy beast himself, Curtis. Hey, there he is.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's early. Let's have some fun.
Hey, guys. Thanks for joining me on the podcast today.
You're welcome.
Great being here.
Pleasure to be here.
Oh, my God. Do we have a podcast for you folks who are watching today?
Oh, yes.
Yes. See, I've tried to go above and beyond the call, and I said I was going to make cue cards in the Discord. But instead, I have dedicated some time this morning, and I have made a PowerPoint presentation.
The first one since 2002. Ever.
For the GIF debate. So look forward to that. I promise I will bore you to death.
I'm moderately excited for that.
Moderately excited. Oh. So guys, how y'all doing?
Doing fantastic.
Great.
Feeling a lot better. Got over all of our sickness over here. Nobody's sick anymore. We're happy.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey. That's good. That's good. All right, so let's kick things off this week. Let's talk about what we've been playing and what we've been doing. What you playing? What you doing?
I've been working and playing. I finished SteamWorld Dig 2.
You did?
Yeah, 10 hours and 42 minutes, I think is what it took.
Good Lord.
Dang.
It was actually bronze. Like I didn't even get silver. But there's still a bunch of the game, and it's so good. Like, you know, if you have a Switch, it's definitely a game you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially if you're like me and you travel and you work a lot, you know, you pick it up, you can play for 15 minutes, put it back down. It's really nice because the story isn't budging you to death. It's very much, this is what's happening. Here are your goals. You gotta dig and occasionally fight dudes. Little dudes, you hit them twice, they're dead, no problem. But like it's never when I picked it up, I'm like, oh, what was I supposed to be doing? It's very clear. Here's a big X on this part of the map. Way down here where you're not been, so you just dig, find your way down there. The puzzles are really cool. There's like a lot of secret places that you got to find, and tons of perks, tons of upgrades. Basically, it's very much like Metroid. You know, when you find a place and you're like, oh, sweet, I get the tiny ball. I forget what the hell it is.
Tiny ball?
You know, the morph ball.
Yeah.
You know, you get that. Like, you find these old upgrade machines, and you go. And the first time I walked in one, I was like, "Oh, what is this?" And I walked into it, and it just said, I was like, "Oh, fuck!" Then I come out glowing. I was like, "Okay, that was a good day."
My bones, no.
But I guess it's kind of like a Metroidvania type game.
It's very much Metroidvania meets Dig Dug.
Cool.
It's very. There's no bosses. There's one boss, and it's the end boss. So you don't really get a feel for doing large scale combat until the very end.
Really?
So that was weird. Like, there's one dude, and he kind of like is a mid boss, but then he just becomes a regular enemy. Like, the first time you fight him, he's got magic, so he's like shooting you with fireballs from like distance. You're like, how do I get to you? And you're like trying to dig through, and he keeps teleporting away. You're like, this is bullshit. And then by the end of the game, you've got Well, I don't want to, but you can just kill him. You just fly over him and just destroy him. You're like, later, nerd.
Let me just drop my nuclear weapon.
But it's a really cool game. It's very fun. I like the story a lot, and you end up destroying the planet by accident.
The end. Spoiler alert.
Oh, it totally did spoiler.
So now you don't have to play SteamWorld
Yeah,
Dig 2 anymore.
I saved you. I saved you 10 hours.
Saved him a click.
No, but it's totally fun. Like, I don't feel like the story's really super relevant. I mean, it's good, and if you play the first one, then you're attached to the characters. But I'd never played it before, so I went into it, and it was. Whew.
You're like, hey, these are guys.
I feel real bad about destroying the planet. I mean, saying I destroyed the planet. I wish I hadn't have. If I could go back in time, I would have not included that.
Well, we're definitely going to include that.
Great.
That's
Super.
fine.
All the spoilers here on VGBits.
Also, I finally broke down and bought Escape from Tarkov.
Really?
Yes.
Now, I noticed Michael's been playing the shit out of that as well. So,
Yeah.
what was your impressions?
It's real good and it's real hard. It's like PUBG, but everything it's not.
PUBG,
Like-
but everything it's not.
Like if PUBG were like let's say cranked up, a few more notches, that's where Tarkov would be. It feels more realistic. Like just the size of the map. Like in PUBG, everything feels like your field of vision feels like everything's smaller than you.
Mm-hmm.
But like in Tarkov, trees are huge, buildings are huge, everything's big. It feels like going from Grand Theft Auto 3 to Grand Theft Auto 4.
Damn.
Did you remember how the city felt cool in Grand Theft Auto 3, but when you went to 4, you're like, wow, it's so much bigger.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that difference, just game feel wise. But playing it's fun. It's a little bit harder, I think, and a lot more punishing. But it's fun. It's a fun game. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. if it wasn't for Michael and other people, I would not be making it out alive. But that's all I've been playing. And
all
Grand
you've
Theft
been
Auto
playing.
5. I've been playing that.
I've been playing GTA 5. All right, then, TJ. Michael, hey, man, we know you've been playing some Tarkov, but what else have you been playing and what have you been doing?
Well, I mean, since we left off on Tarkov, let
Go
me
ahead.
say that, I have been playing Tarkov a lot. The game, they're constantly updating it. It's still in beta, but they're constantly updating it. They did like a stress test during January to see the server load. Like they purposely gave out some free keys and like put discounts out there for people to join in and have as many people join as possible to do stress tests on the servers to make sure everything was working and running fine, which is great to hear from a company that they're doing stuff like that. So they've been really dedicated to making sure everybody's happy with how the game is running. Again, like I said, I think in the previous podcast that I was in, they fixed the spawn camping and the extraction point camping. So that's been a lot of fun doing that. Tarkov, like he said, it feels bigger.
Whoop, sorry about that. We had to take a short break. It
Yeah,
happens. We're right there at the beginning, but nonetheless, life happened. So,
Yeah,
Michael, you were talking about Tarkov.
I was. My apologies. I was gonna just repeat basically what TJ said, is that the game feels bigger. It is definitely more punishing because you have the possibility of losing your inventory if you go in with it. But you also have the possibility of gaining a bunch of inventory if you're lucky enough to like get the drop on someone and take their stuff and get out. It's really fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's not as like frustrating as like DayZ was, because that game felt like very sluggish and weird. But anyway, Tarkov was one of the games I've been playing. I've been moon hunting in Mario Odyssey.
Ooh,
I've been trying to gather all the moons.
Yeah.
get that
yeah.
moons.
I have finished all the beginning levels. The only levels I have left to finish collecting all the moons on are spoiler alert, are Mushroom Kingdom.
Ah, la, 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 la.
You haven't finished?
I'm about.
Okay, sure. I won't say anything. I haven't
Go
finished
ahead.
the
No,
last
no,
couple.
no. Go ahead. I'm playing.
That's okay.
I'm actually playing the game, so it's fine.
I haven't finished the last couple of levels. How about that? But Mario Odyssey's been fun, and just for shits and giggles, I tried out a game on Steam. It's free to play, called VR Chat.
Oh, I saw you in VR chat the other day. And I was like, what the hell is VR chat?
I was trying it out to see what, because I've seen a couple of funny videos, and I'm like, let's see what this is like. Let's see what this is, and it's not like SL where you can like build anything, like Second Life.
Yeah,
it's not like that. It's just a virtual chat room where you can import your own models into the game. And that's where my hatred for Ugandan Knuckles came from. So everybody's been looking that up. Now, if you don't know what it is,
it's the internet. Good. You can find it.
Let's just leave it at that. I played Tarkov, Mario Odyssey, and VR Chat, and I played a little bit of GTA 5, which has been fun. And that is all I've been.
Cool. All right, Curtis, man, what have you been playing? What have you been doing?
All right, well, like we were talking about, played Mario Odyssey. I'm going to say I'm about halfway through the storyline.
What kingdom are you in?
My God, let's see.
Forest?
No.
New Donk City?
The Snow Kingdom.
Ooh, okay. Wasn't a fan of that one.
It was okay. I got about 300 moons.
Damn.
Right now.
What are you? Hold on. What are you doing, man? Are you just like literally just crawling every single moon as you go along?
You play the game.
No.
Damn.
Dude,
they put you in this kingdom and they say, okay, here's some free reign. Here's some storyline that's like 3 things to do. Oh, but look at all the crap that's out here. What do you think I just got done doing Assassin's Creed?
That's how I played Mario Odyssey. Whenever I, like, Sand Kingdom, I didn't leave there until I had like 100-something moons.
Holy crap.
See, if they'd have given me like a stick and I could have been out there combing the desert in Assassin's Creed, I would have been doing that looking for crap. I would have done that. But, you know, anytime that they give you free reign in the game, you're going to spend some time looking around. And Mario Odyssey is definitely one of those games you're going to spend some time looking at some stuff.
Holy shit.
Man, now I feel like I didn't do enough. Like, I beat the game. I think I've only got 380 moons.
Well, see, I started out doing what you were doing. And then after a while, I was like, all right, I want to see more of the game. I'm tired of digging in every single kingdom. Especially when I ran into some kingdoms, I was like, this kingdom sucks.
Some of them weren't so good.
There are some kingdoms that feel repetitive, but and that's where they make them not as large as the previous kingdom.
Like they didn't have enough of good ideas to go around, so they're
it's like okay, that's enough for
smaller.
this one. Let's go ahead and hide some crap over here in this idea.
Yeah.
But they did good in that one. I've been enjoying that. Like I said, about halfway through it, so still playing it. I've tried to play Human Fall Flat. I don't know if it's just my lack of control or I'm just not used to the controls. But this physics-based game is beating my ass. And it looks like a bad dance video.
What'd you
It's
pick it up
horrible.
on? What are you playing on?
Xbox.
The Xbox.
Xbox only supports local co-op.
Lame.
Yeah, not happy about that either.
Lame.
Yeah, because we were discussing about playing Human Fall Flat for the channel, and I was like, looked it up. I was like, okay, well, I'll pick it up, and I looked it up for the channel. I was like, local co-op only. I said, this isn't gonna work. We're not very local.
Nope.
Yeah, games that have that it's kind of sad when they have that in this day and age.
Yeah,
I mean,
Like
it's good for them to have the idea of having couch co-op. That's cool. I can appreciate that. Because there's a lot of games that just don't do it, and there's games that don't need it. I don't know why that wouldn't have been an online. It wouldn't have hurt it to...
But have the option, I guess.
Yeah, give it the option to do it.
yeah, really.
Well, PC
And that may be
version,
something that they eventually add in, but It's fun. It's frustrating to me because you pick up a stick and you're trying to complete this objective and you can't get the stick to do what you want it to do. So
poke the button.
yeah, it's you look like you're doing disco. I mean, you're like, here's the button, here's the button, here's the button, here's the button, here's the button. So, but it was fun. And then of course I've been playing the hell out of Thimbleweed.
Thimbleweed Park.
I have been enjoying that.
So have I.
And
I've had so much fun with this game. I was so grateful that I was able to fall into it when I did.
I'm loving the references in this game. Like, I watched your recent episode that just came out on the channel.
Episode 2.
And
go watch.
Episode 2. Go watch it. And I love the little references they have. Like, when you checked out that skeleton, please return to Dr. Fred. I was like, oh my god! I love stuff like that.
The game is absolutely full of beyond imagination. And even in the smallest little places that you look, like some obscure poster, you can read that, and there's stuff in it that makes a reference to either Maniac Mansion or Monkey Islands.
That's awesome.
It is fantastic.
It is.
And I do recommend you guys playing this after. If you get through watching me do it, it's going to be worth playing.
I bought it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to be playing it very soon.
Cool.
Highly recommended. But that's it for me. That's about the extent of my gameplay.
I have one thing to add.
Okay.
A game that I forgot that I played. On the recommendation of my wife, because she was like, "You got to try this just at least once." And I tried it, and I played like 5 minutes of it. Nope. I played 5 minutes of it, and I was like, "I'm done."
I'm
done.
Sexy
hiking.
Oh my god.
Worse than getting over it?
Yeah, much worse. Much worse. Janky as shit.
Yeah.
Awful. Just an awful game. I played it. I got past like the first level, and like I got to like the little ending part, and the sound design in that game is awful. It's an old ass like 2002 Flash game,
mm-hmm.
and when I got to the end, the headphones just go in my headphones. I'm like, holy shit, that was so loud. And then I started playing the next level, and I fell off, and I'm like, I'm done. I closed it. I was like, I can't do it anymore.
I forgot. I did play Getting Over It.
Oh, you played Getting Over It with Bennett Funny?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got. I think I got a little farther than you did because I made it past the chimney with the lanterns.
The chute from hell.
Yeah, and
nice.
There's just like you get up on top of that, and there's just a flat wall, and you got to go up it. And I made it all the way up to the top, and then I just whoop. Right, and what sucks is most of the time you'll land on the ledge. Everything's fine. But there were a couple times where I clipped the edge of it, and he goes, punk, and then just like pings way off into the distance. It's like, all right, then Alt F4.
Like I told you with that thing where the edge of it and it pushes against the wall, and you're like, free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fly.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that game so much.
That game hates its own physics engine.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as you drawn to Knuckle.
I didn't know the way.
Anyway.
Oh. All right. So this week I have been playing. Oh, by the way, just to insert this right quick. Look out for TJ and myself in an upcoming episode of Thimbleweed Park. We set in on a recording with Curtis.
Derailed the whole.
We
whole
destroyed the entire time. So
I'm gonna tell you guys what. I think I needed that break, and it was absolutely fantastic to sit there and just to be able to laugh. And we may not have accomplished enough, but we accomplished something, and that was big help where I went later on. So I really enjoyed sitting there laughing about that stuff.
Very cool.
So look forward to it. It is going to be a little bit out there right now, just because of the way scheduling works for the videos. But it will be coming soon. So look forward to it. Now back to what I've been doing. This week, I've been playing Night in the Woods. I've been really, really into Night in the Woods.
Nice.
And on the last week, I basically had kind of started it and got into it. And I want to reiterate, Greg is still my favorite character.
Yeah.
Wiggly Arms Greg. Oh my God, it is so good. It's just like this is the best.
I like the cups on his ears.
No lie. No lie. What are you doing? It sounds like the ocean in here.
I love it.
That game has such good writing in it. The only little thing that I kind of want to nitpick at is the because it goes into like kind of an angsty type teen-ish type stuff, but the characters are 20, so
like they never grew up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna follow up with. Is like they're 20, but they act like they're a bunch of 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess that's kind of into the motif of them not growing up or, aging appropriately. But it is
the term high school never ends.
Yeah.
Fucking millennials.
The game, man, the game
Burning the rope bridge, TJ.
The game is just so good, and the writing is so good. The characters are so good. I can't gush enough about the characters just because they everything feels so, like someone in that age range.
Yeah.
And there's a knife fight in the game if you do it right. Now, I figured this out. I think there's multiple endings to this game from kind of what I understood. I came across and I got into a knife fight with Greg.
Awesome.
I was sitting there. It was a little section in the game. I won't go into too much details because a lot of the kind of cool stuff is story driven in the game. But I'll carefully elaborate around this. You're just out in the woods doing shit, and you get up on a log, and apparently your main character, May, and Greg had gotten into knife fights in the past, where they're just like fucking around with knives, stabbing each other.
Jesus.
No lie. My face, my jaw had dropped when I'm sitting there playing this. I'm like, are you shitting me? It's like, am I fixing to get into it? And then it changes over, and then you're in the middle of a knife fight in the game.
What the hell?
So you have two hands on the screen that are going up and down like this, going up and down, and you guys, I'm moving my hands up and down. I know it's not.
I assume.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to see at the moment, and there's a reason why. But they have knives in their hands.
Yeah.
And then you hit a button to try to stab, the other guy, your Greg, in the hand. And so it's a competition to see who wusses out first.
Who? Why?
That was what I was saying. I was like, I don't want to do this.
Like,
the entire time, I'm like, I don't want to stab. They're like, yeah, let's stab each other in the hands. I'm like, what?
I wonder if there's like one writer that wrote that part, and then everyone else is like, that's weird. And he's like, y'all didn't do that? We did this all the time. Look at my hands. They're all chopped up.
I tell you what, it really, it fits in with the story and the characters. Mm-hmm. So really, 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 if it's on sale, people, if you haven't had the opportunity to buy it, catch it when it's on sale and buy it. Or even buy it at full retail. It's worth it, but I bought it during the winter sale. It's worth it, and it's really, really interesting. I think we have lost Michael for a second.
Yeah.
So let's take a short break again, and we'll be right back. And we're back.
Welcome back.
It's okay.
Bless you.
Short breaks are like that are going to happen in our podcast this week. So bear with us, folks. People who watch us on YouTube, it'll be quick and uninterrupted.
Yeah.
If we ever do this live, which I'm working towards, this is going to be great. But, so, to get back on track, Night in the Woods, fucking awesome game. Mm-hmm. Go play it. It's worth it. I am super stoked, and even though there was a knife fight where I'm stabbing the shit out of Greg's hand, it was worth it. It was fun. So
awesome.
That's what I've been playing. What I've been doing is apparently been arguing with a lot of people on the pronunciation of GIF.
I would just like to point out that the entire Discord is on my side. he's dying on this hill alone.
It's my hill to die on. You only get one. I'm taking this. All right, so like I said at the top of the podcast, I put together a PowerPoint presentation, and as the guys can see right now, it is up there. It is the ever popular GIF versus GIF.
It looks so disgustingly 1994.
That was entirely the point. Thank you. I wanted the most gaudy presentation I could find, and this was the only thing I could think of.
The only thing better would have been like brought to you by Ben Stein.
You have killed TJ.
Oh man. Oh man.
So I'm gonna make this short and sweet, folks. I won't drag on in this for long, but how about instead let's start with the English language. Let's talk about the English language and its full in-depth history. So
I don't want to be here anymore.
Now, guys, here we go. The English language, it sucks. The end.
Oh, good.
Oh, cool.
I was going to say, you must have been in Miss Black's class because that was quick and painless.
We all know the English language sucks. It's probably it is one of the most complicated languages out there. You have 15 different ways to say I'm hungry. So There you go. Moving on. Now, the GIF, the soft G is the right G. So
no.
Yes.
I'm just going to argue now.
Yes.
No.
Look, okay, up at the top you can see there's words to pronounce. Go ahead, TJ.
Isn't jib spelled with a J?
No, it is not.
Are you sure?
I am 100% positive because watch this. Okay, so we got gin, Jim, Geo, and gel. Those are all fantastic words that have the J sound to it. And now there's jib. Guess what? Here's the definition and pronunciation of jib. It is spelled with a G. I'm not going to read the definition. People can see it you can see it on the video here, guys. But that is a legitimate definition and pronunciation of the word. It is jib.
You mean like in Unreal Tournament when we used to play Insta-Jib?
Insta-Jib is the actual.
Actually,
Insta-Jib is the actual pronunciation. We were naive to call it gib.
Well, okay. I hope you have some slides on the hard G.
No.
You can't get through life without the hard G. Are you going to park your car in your garage? Perhaps
Pronounce that format.
JPEG.
Oh.
With a hard G.
No.
JPEG.
No.
Sorry,
no,
JPEG.
no, no,
I said that wrong.
No. You said JPEG. So here we go. It is JPEG, okay?
Yeah, with the J sound.
All right, that's fine.
And a hard G.
That's fine.
But you said
That's fine.
there's only one. Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. Now look at this. Do you say JPEG? Yes, because that's how it's pronounced. Do you say JFEG?
There's no H.
Oh, but according to the rules of GIF and GIF, you're supposed to use how the word is pronounced. And why, the pronunciation of it is photographic, you son of a bitch. So, JFEG all the way. Ah, that tasted sweet. It is.
I don't want to be here anymore.
It is Joint Photographic Experts Group. I love it. So
it's still graphics.
So nonetheless, so we're saying that we can pronounce these different ways at different times with this right here. So moving on, this is the last of it here. The creator of the file format himself declared the pronunciation to use the soft G. It was an homage to the peanut butter. Wow.
You went from a hard soft G to a hard soft H.
I would have said D, but okay. The soft G, it is an homage to the peanut butter company GIF. Would you like to have your creations pronounced wrong all the time? TJ, you are now going to be the owner of VGBits, okay? We're going to do this thought process. VGBits is yours now, okay?
Okay.
Now, everybody in your fandom calls it VGBits.
There's no I's in there.
Doesn't matter. They're calling it VGBits because
know,
of video. VGBits.
What do you mean, Viga?
VGBits.
Vigabits.
VGBits.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. They're not pronouncing it VGBits. This is the point. So there you go.
Well, see, that's different though, because VG isn't like NASA. I forget what the words are for this, but you have like abbreviations, and then there's another one for words you pronounce like NASA, like FBI. You don't say Phoebe, but you do say NASA. So VGBits is like FBI. You don't pronounce the words.
So you're saying there's different ways to pronounce this son of a bitch then?
No. I'm saying there's different definitions. Like you pronounce GIF.
Soft G wins. Go home.
I am at home, damn it. And I will have a hard G every day.
Oh, that was too fun. Thanks for.
I don't think we accomplished shit.
I don't know. I think I had a pretty good, compelling argument. Oh man, I can't talk. I've been laughing way too hard now.
If I was one to give up on a fight, then yeah, you would have compelled me. But no, it's still GIF.
It's Jeff.
Honestly, we've been saying it so many times, I don't know which way is the right way to say it anymore.
I've always said GIF. I mean, in my entire life, I've never said GIF in my entire life. So
Let's just all agree that the thing that better than peanut butter is peanut butter.
I'm going to say no. God damn it. If you're farming...
Hey, to each their own on that one, man. You've got people out there who could love some of that peanut butter.
Oh, my God. As bad as some under cheese.
Soft G's, hard G's.
Peanut butter.
Peanut.
Soft peaners, hard peaners. I'm done.
They've all got butter.
Just
Let's just move on, please. Okay. So there's my presentation.
Oh my God.
Bear with me, folks. I had to do that so I could switch things over. So we're gonna take a short break, compose ourselves, and then we're gonna come back with the news. Thanks, guys. We'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for joining us for that short break. We had to compose ourselves, especially after peanut butter, but nonetheless, we're going to move on to the news this week. And to kick things off on the news, I've got a doozy of a story. But Curtis, what do you got for the news this week?
actually, I don't really have anything. I've spent so much time in Thimbleweed that I have not had a chance to look around and research anything. And news doesn't really make it to Thimbleweed Park, so I'm
it's a small
there.
town. They do have
Not a lot happens.
They have an award-winning reporter.
Yeah, award-winning reporter at the Nickel News. So
At the Nickel News, and there's one corpse in the river that's been there for a couple of hours and nobody's done anything with.
But it's like, ew, gross.
All right, well, there's a man dedicated to his craft right there, folks. So I'll go ahead and move on. I have got a massive news story that broke this week.
Oh, good.
Major kernel vulnerability is going to slow down all Intel processors. This is for you PC gamers out there. It's a pretty nasty thing from what I've been reading. Hackers, if they have the ability to install a program, get a program, any type of program onto your computer, can have core access to your processor and the kernel and everything that's being run through there. There's really an effort for what they've been doing to speed up communication between the processor and the kernel of the operating system. There's been no security between the two. So these applications that if somebody gets installed on there, they can read your encrypted passwords, they can read your emails. I mean, they can get a hold of anything.
Yeah.
So this is, and the reason why this is affecting gaming is because the new patches that Microsoft has been working on and Apple has been working on and Android, everybody who's making updates to phones, anything that supports the Intel or the ARM structure for processors has to get an update.
Yeah.
It's either going to be coming through Intel or through your operating system. And like what Windows is doing is they're rewriting how Windows communicates with its processor now. They're separating those two and putting a layer of security between them. But what this means is your computer is now going to slow down anywhere from between 5% to 30% slower on your processor.
I bet somebody's just making money off AMD stocks right now.
AMD stock did shoot up, but from what I'm reading, and AMD is saying, oh, we're not affected by this, AMDs are affected as well.
Oh, really?
Yes. They are not alone in this.
Fun.
So this is kind of one of those things that's across the board. I mean, this is one of the things where people are like, if I have Linux, I'm safe. No, you're not. It affects Linux as well. It is probably one of the, I don't know, I would have to say this is probably one of the biggest security breaches.
Hasn't it been like that? They're saying like 20 years, for like the last 20 years?
Yes.
All those processors have been.
It's every processor going back. And Microsoft has been working on this particular issue since November last year. So they've known about it. That means other people have known about it. It means there's been exploits available on this. So who knows what kind of damage has been done? And who knows, all the folks who spent all the money on the processor, like, I want that i7, that's i6700 or i6700K. I want the speed. Well, you might see a slowdown now.
Well, as long as it's across the board, then we're just going to take a couple years step back.
Yeah, but that still kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because, you spend $300 on a processor that you want some badass processing to play all the games, and then suddenly you're like, now you're going back down. Yeah. I don't know exactly how this will affect, like, I'll see how my processor, I know where I'm standing at for computer gaming, so once I run the update on the patch, and I'll see where I stand, and I'll tell y'all next week if I notice any noticeable difference in slow. But all this is supposed to be rolling out. Should have been rolling out earlier this week into now. And Windows Updates is bitching at me right now, telling me, you need to update. I'm like, no, not right now.
My security's fine. Get out of here, Windows. I've got malware bytes. Go away.
So that is story number 1 of the week. That I saw that earlier in the week, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Second story. The Miiverse has been saved.
Oh, really?
Yes. Not from Nintendo, though.
Oh.
The massive there was a massive undertaking to save all of the data from the Miiverse and then upload it to where it's available online for folks to go and get. Now, 17 terabytes worth of Miiverse posts are now available online for your consumption.
Wow.
Ooh, damn.
Is the Miiverse that great?
No.
Like, I feel like that's just like one guy was like, I have to save my home. And then he goes off and everybody's like, all right.
I mean, I posted a couple of things to the Miiverse, but nothing that it was just like, oh, I need to save this. But there were some pretty kick-ass drawings on the Miiverse.
Yeah.
It wasn't something, I guess, for us really, but there were a lot of people that used it a lot. Yeah. So it's never mind. I'm not gonna get into that.
I have to remember that just because I didn't care doesn't mean that other people didn't also care.
Empathy.
Yeah.
So, let's see. A web developer who goes by the name Drastic Actions, and this is an article on Polygon, with some help from the internet archivist Jason Scott's archive team launched Archiverse. And it has 17 terabytes worth of information from the Miiverse when it was uploaded. Uploaded. It lets you search through the Miiverse archives based on game title and user ID. So it's out there now. I can't believe they pulled that off, especially considering how much little time they had from when Nintendo said, we're killing this thing and you're never going to see it again, to pulling the plug. Because I think it was a 2-week period.
Yeah, I don't think it was very long.
No, it wasn't long at all. So, hooray for the Miiverse.
Indeed. Good for good for them. If they save your stuff.
One would hope that folks who were heavily into it had backed up all the things, because again, there were some pretty kick-ass drawings on the Miiverse. That made Super Smash Brothers super cool.
Yeah,
seeing stuff that pop up in the background, but you don't get that anymore now. Yeah, put out a new Smash Brothers, Nintendo. You gotta pick up that pace.
You have literally the perfect platform for Smash right now.
And my third and final piece of news this week: Monster Hunter World is coming to PCs in the fall of 2018.
It's so far away.
I know.
I almost bought a PS4 just so I could play Monster Hunter.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's literally the only reason I want a PS4.
Just to play Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
That launches January 26th.
I know.
So it's coming around the corner, but the PC version, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's a half a year away or so, but nonetheless, it's cool. I may actually have to dive into it because I watched a lot of the trailers for it this morning. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
And the online co-op, I mean, it's a little janky on how to get into a game, but looks really cool.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
I'm just excited the fact that there's a Monster Hunter and that it's going to be on an actual main platform. I say main platform, pardon me. A non-handheld platform.
Yeah. That's my thing. It's like, how has this game not been ported to, a console or PC yet? It's just it seems like they've abandoned an audience that doesn't want to hold tiny little 4-inch screen. I want to be able to see these monsters in full high def.
High definition. So that look forward to Monster Hunter late 2018 on the PC for all you PC gamers with your slow processors now. Sorry.
Yeah.
So that's my news of the week. Michael, what you got, man?
Okay. To start off with, today, the day we're recording this is Sunday, the 7th. AGDQ 2018 started today.
Oh my God.
And for those of you who do not know what AGDQ is, it is a speed running marathon, held all week, from the 7th to the
I think it goes through to
13th
Sunday.
or 14th or something like
Like
that.
a week long, yeah.
Yep.
It's a week-long marathon, all day, all night, 24-hour marathon of people speedrunning games live, and for charity. It's for the Cure Cancer Foundation, Prevent Cancer Foundation, and it's a really good watch for those interested in seeing neat little tricks done in speedruns and stuff, and seeing games get broken, and seeing really fast runs, chances of world records happening, and it's really cool. So check that out, AGDQ 2018.
Literally the thing that I wait for every year for summer and the beginning of the year, AGDQ and SGDQ.
Yeah.
Yes, same here. I am a huge AGDQ, SGDQ nut ever since 2012.
Yeah.
I love that. Let's see. Starting off, next. Zelda Breath of the Wild. We heard from AG Aonuma has come forward to say that Nintendo is committed to keeping future Zelda games open-ended.
Oh my God.
Now.
Wait a minute.
So, 'cause
Open-ended or open world?
open-ended, open world,
Oh, okay.
like Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Because he saw the reaction, what happened when they released Breath of the Wild, what everyone's thoughts were, and they're like, okay, we'll keep doing this then. Basically.
Well, yeah. I mean, you just put out the prize cow. Why not milk it for a while?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's something. AG Numa's come forward and officially stated that. Let's see what we got coming up next. Overwatch. Mercy has been nerfed again.
Hey, Junkrat also got a nerf.
He did.
Finally.
It's the first nerf since release. He's gotten buff. Just now, nerf. I don't even know what the nerf is. It's obviously nothing. Not
the concussion mine. They added damage drop off to it, so if you're a little bit farther away, it'll do less damage to you.
Oh, okay. That makes a huge difference.
Did you reinstall Overwatch?
No, I didn't.
I was like, you seem to know that right offhand. So I was like, are you playing Overwatch again?
But no, about the Mercy nerfs.
Yeah, Mercy's been nerfed. She already lost her ability to mass res everybody.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That was a while back. She already lost that ability to mass
shit.
res.
They made it a normal ability, like it resets every 20 seconds, so she can.
They made the ability. They gave her a new ult called Valkyrie, which gives her wings and she can fly, and she can go and res like one person and then raise another person. If she raises this person, she gets like an extra ult to raise like another, so she can raise 2 people. And her ult, like they made it her res a normal like ability that like took a little bit of casting time, but was like a 30-second cooldown. But it only reses one person. But now during Valkyrie, res is no longer instant. There's a delay in charge time. So like before, when she went into her Valkyrie mode, she could go over there and go swing res, but now she has to go down there and go swing, swing, or whatever.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, sorry. Rather than getting an extra res, she can only res once during her Valkyrie. Her speed boost has been decreased by 50% and her ult only lasts 15 seconds rather than 20.
Wow.
And I heard she also can't fly as high as she wants. She used to be able to fly up to the like top of the map. Now she can only fly up only so high or something like that.
To be fair, she was terrifying when she went to Valkyrie. It was like you just fucking scatter.
She was, but like at this point, like a lot of people are saying they might as well just revert her back to 1.0 version.
Yeah. I
gotta let the dog out. Hold on. That's what the little whining and crying was. All right, so next news: Dragon Ball FighterZ has a release date.
Ooh.
It's going to be released for PC, PS4, and Xbox One on January 25th.
Ooh.
So any fighting game fans, Dragon Ball Z fans, look forward to that because it actually looks kind of fun. It actually looks like a game that I'm kind of interested in.
Like I haven't played a Dragon Ball Z game
with a hard G.
Oh no!
Sorry, I had to go there. Go ahead, TJ.
But I haven't played any Dragon Ball games since I want to say it was Budokai.
Oh yeah,
and that was a ton of fun. But I was also into Dragon Ball at the time. It's like I stopped watching Dragon Ball and I stopped playing those games, and like every time I see it's like Call of Duty, they all look the same. Like they all look like they play the same. And I just don't know if like I keep wanting to get into them, like the not Dragon Ball FighterZ, but the newer one. I don't know what the hell it's called. I
think it was Xenoverse.
Yes, Xenoverse. Yeah. Xenoverse.
I was wanting to get it. I was wanting to get into that too, but I never did.
Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, it still looks like Budokai, just better. Like it still looks like it plays exactly the same. It's a 3D.
Create your own character and do missions or something. I don't know. You can create your own character, like your own race and how they look and stuff like that. And it looks interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've never played it, so I can't make an.
I want to get into them. It's just like I feel like I could spend my time playing something better.
I gotta ask the question: is the character creator better than Sonic Universe, or what is it? Sonic Forces?
Heroes?
Sonic Forces.
Or Sonic Forces or whatever. I don't know. I haven't played Sonic Forces. I don't know what their character creation is.
When you got time, take a look at the character creation for Sonic Forces.
And I haven't actually seen the character creator in Dragon Ball Xenoverse either, but I know that it's there. So I don't know exactly how in depth they are. So I can't tell you.
I've got 2 words for you for the Sonic Forces character creator.
Okay.
Ugandan Knuckles.
Moving on.
There's going to be no acknowledgement of this.
For fans of the Civilization series, Humble Bundle has announced February's deal. It's Humble Bundle's gonna have Civilization 6 and 2 DLC packs for it. The Australia and Vikings scenario pack for the Humble Bundle.
Oh, very cool.
Month.
I forgot. I need to pick up my Hundle. Shit.
Good grief, guys. Is there something going around?
I need to pick up my Humble Bundle this month. So thank you for reminding me. And for next month, next month is Civ 6. So we have some Civ 6 to play.
I don't have Civ 6.
There you go.
I have Civ 5.
Sorry, I'll have Civ 6.
You'll have it next month. February Humble Bundle, Civ
That's
6, and 2 DLC packs for it.
Cool.
Very
The Australia and Viking scenario pack.
I'm
So
looking
that's
forward
good.
to it.
That's gonna be next month. GTA 5 is still updating. GTA Online.
What? Even after the Doomsday heist?
They're still updating.
Holy shit!
At the beginning of 2018, they just released a sweet-looking new rally car that you can buy. It's called the Anis Silvestra Sports Classic, and it's available to buy through the Legendary Motorsport website in-game.
It is so expensive for what kind of car it is.
God.
It is pretty expensive. It's a rally. It's a rally racing car. It's really good handling and pretty fast. For those of you who have like the Avenger that was part of the Doomsday heist, like TJ has it.
Yeah. Super cool.
Like since he has access to the Avenger, he can drive his Anis Silvestra, the new rally car, into it and get optional upgrades, including mounted machine guns on the front.
Yeah. That's literally the only
pretty
upgrade.
cool.
Jesus Christ!
But
Just imagine spending literally, you would probably have to drop what, $5,000 in GTA 5 right now. I'm talking legitimate money, just to be able to buy all these upgrades and everything for all these cars.
Maybe, probably more. I'm gonna say more.
There's a lot of money involved with GTA Online.
Because you get like the free car that they give you, the Anis LG. I spent some money upgrading because you can change if you go into Benny's custom shop, you can turn it into like a late '90s model Skyline. And I wanted to do that forever. And I was in the garage and I was like, oh look, there you are. And I went ahead and jumped in it and I went over there and I spent almost $2 million just upgrading that car.
Which
a lot of
GTA money is $40.
That's about that, yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Wow. What version of GTA y'all are playing? I'm a broke SOB.
Well, look, man, I've got businesses and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, see, I don't get to play cross-platform, so I play by myself.
Sorry.
TJ works for me. I'm the CEO of UberQuest in game.
I feel your pain, Curtis, because I am a most recent convert over to the PC version, and in the PC version, my guy is broke ass right now.
He's just a pauper. He's like, more, please.
I've got one car and legs to run around to pick up a double action revolver. That's it.
Oh, I did finally get that.
You did?
Yeah.
How long did it take you?
I don't know, 20 minutes? 30 minutes?
There's no way it took you 30 minutes.
How long did it take us?
Oh, wait, you had the damn car. You got the DeLorean, so yeah, never mind.
It took us like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Fuck you.
But I just let Michael drive the whole way. I was like, you can fly us everywhere.
It was fun. Yeah, driving that thing's fun.
Yeah.
Did you do the headshots?
Yeah.
He did.
I died so many times.
Yeah.
We just got on a bridge and just sitting there. I think we spent more time blowing up fuel trucks that were driving by than we did headshotting people.
Yeah. So there's that. Let's see. Next bit of news that I have. Okay. Have you guys ever heard of a game called Star Citizen?
Yes.
Someone may have mentioned it.
It was a Kickstarter game. It was a Kickstarter game that launched in 2012. It succeeded with the campaign ending in $2.1 million.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
In 2017, Star Citizen raised $35 million.
Good Lord.
And it's not even out yet.
This is funded by people who keep buying ships in that game?
It's yes. Ships, like unique ships that they'll have whenever the game someday releases.
Yeah, whenever that happens.
That it's made more than double what like 700 plus games on Kickstarter made last year. Altogether.
That's crazy.
But will we ever see a release of Star Citizen? Who knows?
No.
I'm going to refer to a game that we were talking about in the previous podcast that I was in, Entropia Universe. Do you think it will be anything like that, where like people can invest in this ship and be like, "Oh, I'm going to sell this for freaking $330,000 or something like that"?
I guess if they make them like limited runs for early on.
Yeah.
There's folks that have invested like $7,000 in ships in this game right now.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, all you could do is look at them.
That's all.
But you can't even fly them?
Some people who there's I don't know if you can fly them or not, but some people like have like access to like a very early access or something like that, where they can walk around in first person and look at their ship and get into it and look at all the controls, and that's it.
Yeah.
You got to be shitting me.
I'm not
Nope.
shitting.
Okay, I thought this game was like close to like Elite Dangerous, where it's just you're flying out and doing shit, not buy ships and sit there.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
Are you kidding
There's
me?
gonna be the game's gonna have more like flying around and shooting and shit like that, but
No,
none of that's in there.
We're talking
as
about,
far as I know.
We're talking about 40 million or close to 40 million,
Yeah,
and they ain't done shit.
It's basically there's they launched the first person battle. God, what's it called? They've sectioned the game out into different little sections. There's a first person module. That's the word I was looking for, where you can go around and fight each other in first person. They were going to cancel it, but people raised a big ass stink, so they decided to finish it and put it out. That's out there in some form. There's the ability to walk into the hangar and walk around your ship and look at your ship. That's out there in some form. The game has been, like Michael said, it's been in development for 6 years now.
yeah.
And it's just nowhere near ready. And
I feel like at some point people should be like, you know what? Fuck these dudes.
That's a lot of money to
That's-
not be ready.
Yeah. That's a lot of money and a lot of time.
they had to change engines. Had to change engines recently.
Are they got a lot of shit? Who was it?
They were using Crytek's engine.
Yeah.
And they are changing over to Amazon's Lumberyard now.
Yeah.
Because I guess the licensing on Crytek expired. So their shift to Lumberyard that they had to do, which Lumberyard uses kind of like a version of Crytek, but Crytek is pretty much lashing out at Star Citizen right now for saying that they're still using portions of the Crytek engine in the game. So
it's ridiculous.
yeah, it's a
ridiculous.
mess, man. I can't believe this game is still a thing.
That's boy.
Yeah. I have one last bit of news. The World Health Organization says that gaming disorder is an actual disease.
Hold on one second. Gaming disorder is an actual disorder. What? You kind of blacked out for a second there.
Gaming disorder is an actual disease.
Oh, it's a disease.
Oh, thank God. Now I can blame it on something else besides me being lazy ass.
Hold on. Curtis raised his hand. What is going on? Go ahead.
Oh, I've got the disease.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's your first
Yeah.
case.
So they're saying that gaming disorder is an actual disease, and says that people with the condition can see significant impairments in their personal and professional lives.
Yeah, like not getting the fuck out of the house every once in a while.
Yeah.
I believe that's just
Basically.
called being a hermit.
It's called having a job.
Yeah.
Being
I go to work
a-
and I play video games. Fuck off.
That really?
I don't see it that way.
Do they have
They're just trying to. That's like the whole ADHD crap that they were trying to argue the differences in there for a while back.
Here, let me see this. Let me read this.
I was
It
gonna-
says
I was thinking-
I can argue
it
that
says
one.
gaming disorder can include the following: impaired control over gaming, onset, frequency, intensity, duration.
Does that mean you just don't stop?
you can't
Yeah.
control yourself. You have
Can't
to play
control
games.
yourself. You have to play games. Increasing priority given to gaming to the extent that gaming takes precedence over other life interests and daily activities.
Are these people playing MMOs? Because I feel like that's like back when I played like City Heroes and Guild Wars. I was like, I
I
don't give a
heard
shit
that,
about
yeah.
anybody. I want to play it. You know, I'm gonna go hang out with my superhero friends. Fuck you guys.
Well, it's
And
going to turn into where it's like a new drug, where it's people are addicted to it, and then they can't do anything but be controlled by that.
Yeah.
and that brings me to the final thing, saying continuation or escalation of gaming despite the occurrence of negative consequences.
Huh.
Man.
Okay. So they're saying it's a disease or a
They're saying it's
mental
a-
illness.
They're saying it's a quote disease.
I don't see how you call it a disease. I see how it
I don't
could
know why that.
fall under the category of
It
mental
shouldn't be a
illness.
disease.
Because mental illness is bad. We don't like to talk about that, so we can't.
But it's
That's
part
why
of
they use the quotations.
Because if there's an addiction to it, and I'll use the quotations. If there's an addiction to it, it's not anything that's communicable like that. It's something that's just you become dependent on it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I can see people being like addicted to it, but I believe that's not. I don't think it's a gaming addiction. I think it's some other mental issue.
Yeah.
That isn't addressed.
There's the thing that it's almost similar to gambling.
Yeah.
You've got to have that. You've got to have that payoff.
Yeah.
There's something in your head for that dopamine to fire off when you do.
Yeah.
To give
Anyway,
you a reward,
that's a thing.
That's so interesting. I find it fascinating that they're saying disease versus mental illness. To me, that's like I can understand 100% like where they're coming from and what they're saying, that gaming can just as easily be a thing, just like alcohol is, just how gambling is.
Exactly.
Gaming can fall into it.
Exactly.
I just find their word choice super interesting.
Well, I mean, that's not uncommon because you'll hear people say alcoholism is a disease.
That's
or
true.
Drug addiction is a disease, or
true.
stuff like that. They'll basically addiction is a
what they're getting
disease.
at then.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's true.
Maybe that's what they're getting at then.
Yeah.
But
Perhaps.
that's what they're saying, that gaming disorder is a thing now. So
Next is gonna be gaming addiction is a pandemic. Slow down.
Welcome to Gamers Anonymous.
anyway, that's all I have for news. I'm sorry I kind of took the soapbox there.
No, it's good.
That's good.
That's
No, because
super
that's-
interesting.
That's a topic it's fresh, and I mean that right there is people are going to have different standpoints on it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I got for now.
All right, thank you, Michael. Okay, TJ, what do you got for the news this week?
I have some old news that I actually saw this article. I was like, why is that being posted?
Old news is good news.
Okay, you remember Lindsay Lohan back in 2016 sued?
That's really old news.
I know. She is still
Is she still suing
she's
GTA
still suing
5?
Take-Two and Rockstar.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Same thing. It's basically they took it to the New York Appeals Court, or Court of Appeals. Basically the same argument that they're using her likeness, her clothes, her signature peace sign. Or like I'm, there's some point where you're like, that's the way I stand. I'm like, you're a white girl. They all stand the same.
Exactly.
Nailed it.
It's man, I mean, I've seen the picture that
Fabulous, and she wants to be paid for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the picture that she's claiming that Rockstar used to base the character off of her and say, "Oh, this is me." Yeah. Well, also in the Rockstar game, they didn't have a fucking ankle bracelet that tells the fucking police where you're at the entire time too. So shut up.
Like there's a lot of similarities, but that's so we're talking about a Hollywood starlet that just went off the rails. And then in GTA you have Vinewood starlet that's also gone off the rails. This is not mutually exclusive. That shit happens.
Yeah.
It's like you're not the only one that's losing their shit and still making money.
Yeah. Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. Like actually I think there might be a Charlie Sheen in Rockstar, but I'm not sure. Or Grand Theft Auto. But she's back in court with that. And I saw it and I was like, why is this showing up on Google? And I'm like, oh, she's
Because
back.
it's still going on.
She's like, I need money. I need you guys to pay me. But originally the court decided that no, it wasn't. They weren't using her likeness, and so she's back doing it again.
Here we go.
Crying and whining until she gets her way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's see.
Wow.
I've got.
Golly. By the way, I like your little peace sign you did. That was fantastic.
Afraid that's going to show up somewhere now.
Better watch it. You're gonna get sued by Lindsay Lohan.
Make sure you put that in the Discord, folks.
Why did I say this article like 3 times?
It was that good of an article, apparently.
Oh, it was 2 different articles.
Oh. Two different articles. Three times.
Same article, just
Three
two different sources.
Oh.
You
Well,
know?
you've got to have multiple sources.
Yeah.
That's vetting the news.
Nintendo is coming out with new controllers for the Switch.
What?
Yeah.
But
Pink and green, baby. Pink and green.
Oh, yeah.
So
The Splatoon
Oh,
2 colors.
this is
No,
going to
no.
be.
No, not that.
Oh, you're talking.
your Joy-Cons,
Oh,
your
fuck
Joy-Cons.
the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, the Pro controller is where it's at, folks.
Yeah.
This is the best controller.
That's really about it. They're still gonna go for the same price, like $80.
Ah,
That's
it's
so
so
much
painful.
money. Yeah. I mean, they're cool controllers, but
Why are Nintendo's controllers so expensive?
well, they're.
Controllers in general are super
See
expensive.
you later.
Things have exploded and caught on fire. So
let's see.
as long as we don't hear a body go thump, we'll be okay.
Fallout 4 New Vegas.
Yes.
There's a mod that is in the works. I watched the video and it looks really good. Like really good.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
So far Bethesda hasn't been like, no. Like, shut it down. But Obsidian tweeted about it. They were like, yeah, hell yeah. Do that. But it looks really cool. It's basically it's New Vegas with Fallout 4 graphics. And it looks really good. Same radios, all the same good stuff. Did he leave forever?
No, he'll be back.
Okay. I feel like I'm burning through my news too fast.
No, it's all right.
Hang on. I got one more, I think.
Speaking of Fallout 4,
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet, but I bought Fallout 4 in VR.
Oh, really?
Yes. I got everything ready. The VR setup downstairs is ready to go. It's all updated. It's all installed. All I got to do is put the headset on and start. So.
Welcome back.
He got lost.
So I had there was a thing that had to be done.
Okay.
Did you do it?
Fair enough.
It was done successfully.
Success.
He caught all of the things.
Alrighty.
Gotta catch them all.
Specks of dust.
So you remember last week I was talking about the releasing of NES and Super NES games?
Yes.
The company is Retrobit. And
No affiliation.
no. Although if you want to sponsor us, our email's bitcast at VGBits.com.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say the company name so people would know who was doing it. Basically, it's Super R-Type and R-Type 3, the Third Lightning, which is the worst name I've ever heard.
No, it's fantastic.
It's so 90s.
Well, that's what they
It might be 80s, actually.
It's what it is.
Yeah. And then the Castlevania-esque game, Holy Diver, coming for the NES. And these are real cartridges. Like,
Holy Diver.
yeah, when I first read that, that was exactly what I did. I was like, Holy Diver. I hope they get. Oh fuck, who sung that?
I don't remember.
Oh my god, it was right there on the side of my side of my head.
You keep going. I'll figure out the answer.
Okay, but yeah. So hold on, I'm gonna tell you what all comes with these because it's super crazy. If I can figure out where the hell it went. Okay, so Holy Diver comes with not Zoom. That's fine. It looks like the cartridge, art book, pins, buttons.
Dio.
Thank you. Yeah, they come with so much cool stuff, and I'm really excited because I pre-ordered a what's it called?
Oh, the Super NT.
Yeah, the analog Super NT.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so ready to see that.
So that'll be here. I think it ships February.
Yes.
And I'll have a brand new game to stick in there.
I've got to convince my wife to let me buy the analog.
She's like, you already have a working Super Nintendo. It's like, but 1080p.
I know. I was like 1080p and HDMI. It's like, this is the future of the past.
Yeah.
We'll see how successful I am because it is a $500 console.
What? No, it's not.
The analog NT?
Oh, the NT. Yeah.
Yeah.
The mini
yours
NT.
was $190.
Yeah.
What I want to get is $500 because they made it out of machined aluminum 6061. So it's expensive.
Yeah. I feel like they could release a cheaper one. Pop that bad boy into some plastic.
Yeah. Out of plastic, it would be super helpful.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they're paying people to spin up mills to mill out these casings.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Let me know how that goes because I'm out on that one.
You can pay $500 for this.
Yeah. You can have that box and just use it.
But does it play games?
With some
Pretend it does. Your imagination plays the games for you.
Cardboard games.
just
In
like
fact, there's a
cut
couple
a
of them
slot and then
included.
just stuff.
If I pay you $500, you better come all the way to my house and move the little cardboard animations while I move the cardboard controller. Oh no, you fell in that hole. I didn't press that button. You fell.
I'll even bring my keyboard and play the music for you while I do it.
Live action Super Mario.
You just have a little turn knob down here and a little stick that you pull the Mario up and down in, and you turn a little paper The
Awesome.
background.
Mario Paper spin-off. Now it's Mario Cardboard.
Mario Cardboard.
But that's my news. Lindsay Lohan.
Awesome.
And it's good to know she's still out there, not dead.
She's not a thing, though.
It's too bad. She was great. Like Parent Trap. I feel I was at the same age as her. I'm not saying that now. Like she was cool. Like I liked Herbie was the last movie I watched her in.
Wasn't that kind of just after her explosion?
It was right about that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
She still looked okay.
What about that time, man? Oh, my goodness.
Herbie sent her over the rails.
It was like trashy good.
It was a good time.
All right, well, that is the news for the week, guys. So now we're going to move on to the next segment, not news segment.
I was like, all right.
Okay, here we
See
go.
what happened is I started to say news, and then my brain shut off and said, "Wait, this is wrong." So stuck in a permanent news. No, we're going to move on to the next segment. God,
I'm telling you, man, there's something going on.
There is.
I've broken. My brain is broken.
Is there a gas leak over there?
Yes.
Okay.
His name is TJ.
Okay.
Oh man.
I know that was low. I'm sorry. I apologize. Internet.
Sad face.
Sad
I only farted 4 times.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on
Irony
to
is
the.
it's called Lucid Burrito. He's over there tripping out.
We're gonna move on to the next segment now. Emails. If you have an email that you want to send to the VGBit Bitcast, we will read it on the air. You can send your emails to bitcast@vgbits.com. That's bitcast@vgbits.com. Please send your emails. We like reading them. This week, guys, we don't have any emails.
Sad.
Sadness all around. So, what we're going to do, we're going to revisit an email from last week. What's it like? Yes, it was last week. Because I don't think we gave it the full in-depth that it really, really needed.
Absolutely not.
So, last week's email, let me pull it up here. I am totally unprepared. But to summarize, it was an email from Icarus who flew too high. The email was, let me get to it. What game do you feel deserved a sequel that didn't get one? And vice versa. What game got a sequel that should have never gotten one? And last week, TJ and I on the podcast, we had said, I said Final Fantasy IX really needed an extra sequel. And then a game that didn't deserve a sequel was
Final Fantasy X too.
Final Fantasy X, yes.
Oh yeah.
Because of 10-2.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
came...
I watched that podcast, man, and I'm going to totally agree with you. It's like they were on acid when they said, "Hey, I got this idea." Everybody loved
It was a
Final
good
Fantasy
game, damn
X.
it.
Why let's no.
Go ahead.
Rest
Go ahead.
fears.
Dress fears? Yeah, no, I don't know. No,
Look, I
just
got
can't
an
even-
ally.
Look, you broke me. I'm done. I had the same reaction last week when I heard it, and I was like, X2.
I realized I was pointing at you now in the video, so let me do this instead. It's like I have an ally now. There's the guy that's helping me out here. So we're gonna go in a little bit in depth, and also Michael had posted a comment in the video with his answers, so we'll definitely give him the ability to express this week for his thoughts. So Michael, since you've already had yours written out before, why don't you go ahead and say them again on the podcast.
Okay, a game that I feel deserved a sequel that didn't get one. Is Alan Wake. I think the game was long and got a bit repetitive. It could have used some more monsters or something in it, because it does get old. It feels like a grind getting to the end after about.
The combat is super monotonous.
Yeah, it's not very in depth, but the story was really, really interesting, and I feel that it deserved a sequel. They said it left it on a cliffhanger. It was one of those games.
Wait, didn't it get a sequel?
It has a spin-off. It's called Alan Wake American Nightmare, and it has nothing to do with the original story. I
I have a counterpoint to this. I
Okay.
don't think it needed a sequel. I think they should have ended it in a less shitty way, and it would have been fine. Because the story's going great. Like, I did a play. It was like one of my first Let's Plays. The story's going great, and everything's great. The combat kind of boring, but, you know, you trudge through because you want to get to the next point, everything. And then you get to the end, and it's like, are you serious? Really? That's how you're going to end?
Sure. I mean, I can agree with you in that point. It could go either way, really.
Yeah.
I think the way it ended, since it ended that way, it deserves a sequel so that you can figure out what the heck's going on.
Yeah, they Mass Effected that ending.
Yeah. But, you know, if they would have just fixed it, then yeah, I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, if they would have come out with a good sequel, that would have. Yeah. Okay. I'll agree with you. Yeah.
On a little bit of a side topic, I do have another game that I thought of that deserves a sequel that didn't get one.
Okay.
The original 2006 Prey.
Oh yeah.
Left off on a cliffhanger and didn't get a sequel. A new Prey came out called Prey, but has nothing to do with the original story. That Tommy and the alien invasion and all that stuff.
Is it even remotely related to it? Because I know it's about aliens also.
There's no relation. As far as I've played, I haven't played through the whole game, but as much as I've played through the new Prey, there's nothing.
That's so weird.
At all.
That's so weird
related.
that they're like, let's make an alien game and name it Prey, and then everyone's like, that's a good idea.
They rebooted it, is what they did. I guess they just gave up on it. Like, it had news articles, like it was announced at E3, and it had news articles and books and stuff saying, "Hey, Prey 2, Tommy returns." You know, it showed pictures and screenshots of him, but nothing ever came out of it.
Oh wow!
So I feel that one deserves a sequel. But I'm gonna stop naming games that deserve sequels and move on to my game that didn't deserve a sequel. Fucking Final Fantasy 13. Got 2 sequels.
Final Fantasy's gonna catch some hell in this.
Final Fantasy 13. Then there was Final Fantasy 13-2. And I was like, the first one was shit. Why did they release a second one? Then they released Final Fantasy 13-3, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why is there another one?
Because Lightning was cool, man.
Oh, God, no, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. She was... You want to talk about emo, no personality character, just...
I mean, I feel like that's all
Lightning.
of Final Fantasy's main characters are
now they are.
depressing.
Yeah.
No, you mean now. Cloud was depressing, Squall was depressing, Zidane was kind of depressing, Titus was very depressing.
Zidane was not depressing. Zidane was very optimistic and
That's
happy
true,
throughout most of the game.
He's also
right,
a puppet.
Daniel?
Yeah, he was also a puppet too.
a puppet.
So
Spoilers. Spoilers.
If
you haven't played
Final Fantasy 9 has been out for like 14 years.
Hold on a minute.
We're VGBits. We're all about spoilers here at VGBits. But yeah, he was. You learned that he's a puppet, and he did have like a small moment of.
Have you never played Final Fantasy 9?
Yes, I've played the whole thing and beat it.
How did you not know that then?
I don't know. I feel like I've missed a key plot point
Damn.
somewhere.
There was a moment in the game where Zidane kind of went dark and depressed, but you know he got out of it quick. It was not very long-lasting thing.
How does it make him
But
a puppet? Are we talking about a hand puppet?
No.
No,
Or
not
string puppet?
No, not a literal puppet. TJ cheese.
We'll elaborate later.
We'll
elaborate on that later.
Yeah, we'll elaborate
But yeah,
later.
Final Fantasy 9, Cloud wasn't really emo. He was just
Depressing?
more like not.
I'm not good enough. I'll never
No,
be good enough.
he was never. He was not like that in the game.
He was like that so much.
He was not like that in Final Fantasy 7.
Yes,
he was just like, I don't. You know, he's like, I'm here to get the job done. And you know, I don't care about the planet. Just give me my money and I'll be off. You know, because he wasn't like, I'm not good enough for this. He was like that in Kingdom Hearts.
And the
in
movie.
Kingdom Hearts, they made him like that.
And the movie,
That's
too.
when they
He's
made him
wild.
really emo. Is when
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts came out.
But Kingdom Hearts had probably the best character design for him. He looked badass in Kingdom Hearts.
I don't think I
Anyway.
ever saw Zidane in Kingdom Hearts.
Not Zidane, Cloud.
Oh. I thought you were still talking about Zidane.
He was
Sorry.
emo as fucking Kingdom Hearts. He wasn't emo in 7. Anyway.
Yeah. Lightning
Yeah.
bad.
Lightning was awful. 13 didn't deserve a sequel. I'm done.
Yeah, I agree that 13 didn't deserve a sequel. Okay, Curtis. I know you didn't get an opportunity to chime in on this last week, so what do you got? What do you think, man?
I did give it some thought, though, since I've had the opportunity to have the extra week of mulling it over. One of the games that, and I know there's going to be a big outcry on this because it's Half-Life 2 and Portal 2 should have both had sequels.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. No,
Yes, they should.
I was afraid you were going to say did not deserve sequels. I was like, whoa, hold on a minute.
I'm completely on board with the having sequels part of it because Portal absolutely just captured me. And then Portal 2 perfected everything that Portal did.
Yeah.
And then it gave it co-op.
Yeah.
Which added a whole new branch of options for them to. And I mean, it just opens up so many different avenues that they could have taken this storyline as well. And it's just sitting there waiting for somebody to stand up and love it.
Yeah.
And the day that they announce that they're making a Portal 3, my money's already going to be in on it.
I don't think they can now.
Valve is making too much on hats these days. So
Well, here's the thing.
Not just hats, but just their Steam.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to do something about that. That is ridiculous.
Here's the thing. I don't think they can because, like, you get a game and it's super hyped up, and these two games are going to be so hyped as soon as they're announced that when they come out, they're not going to meet expectations. Everyone's like, this game kind of sucked. Like, no, it was really good. You just expected something unbelievable because it's been 20 years since the last one.
Well, shame on them for sitting on their egg for too long because they've missed a window where they could have made a crap load more money on it.
I'm gonna add one more game to your list. You said Half-Life 2 and Portal 2. I agree with you 100% on both of those. There's another Valve game that I think deserves another sequel, and that's Left 4 Dead 2. They needed Left 4 Dead 3 as well.
Yeah.
Because they left. There's a little story in there too if you look for it, and now it left it off, and you're like, what happened? Son of a bitch.
The world will never know.
Yeah, what is with Valve? Half-Life 2, Portal 2, Left 4 Dead 2.
Half-Life 2, Episode 2.
They can't count the 3 is what the joke is. Anyway,
yeah, well, they broke my heart with that. So
yeah, me too.
But maybe one day.
Those are good choices.
Maybe one day. That's why we hang our hats on the hope.
Yep.
Okay, I got the elephant out of the room on that one.
Yep.
The game that doesn't deserve a sequel is going to be Super Mario Galaxy.
Agreed.
Should have rolled it into one.
Agreed.
Galaxy was fine. It could have been expanded on. It could have been a little bit bigger, and they could have put some of the number 2 into the number 1. I think it would have been fine. And then then they come out with Super Mario Galaxy 2, which is a regurgitation of what we just got. What I don't understand is if they were so hell-bent on making a second Galaxy, why didn't they make a Super Mario Sunshine 2?
Well, I could tell you that Super Mario.
There's that gas leak.
There's like 500 times this episode. Super Mario Galaxy 2 was not supposed to happen. Everything that was in Super Mario Galaxy 2 was going to be in Super Mario Galaxy, but they felt that it crowded too much of the game and they broke it off. It was really... They kind of created a new game around this extra mechanics and things like that they introduced in 2. They created just a whole new game around it in that.
Not a whole new game. There was a lot of recycled bosses and crap that I was just like, this doesn't equal $60 out of my wallet.
Mario Galaxy 1.5.
Yeah. It was.
Well, it should have been. It should have not have been, and that's just where my opinion is on that. I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed the first one.
I agree.
It's just
100%.
It's Nintendo. I like the way Nintendo does their stuff. I think they have great ideas, and I think they make really good games. But with that being said, Super Mario Galaxy 2 was just them trying to hang on a little longer than they should have.
Agreed.
And they might have ended up doing the same thing with Mario Sunshine if they would have made a second one.
Yeah.
We might have had the same conversation over that one instead.
Luigi Moonshine.
Yeah, Luigi Moonshine. Shrunk ass Luigi. Oh yeah.
They definitely missed
But
the
yeah,
mark a few times there.
those are both fantastic answers. I agree with you 100% on both of those.
So I don't think there's anything else I could give you beyond that. Usually, if a game gets a sequel, it's because it really deserved it.
All right. Well, TJ, you want to go or shall I go ahead?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. So after going back and thinking about this in depth, while I would have loved to actually seen another addition to Final Fantasy IX because it was my favorite Final Fantasy, here's a game that you probably haven't thought about in a very long time that was a very good game that deserves Vagrant Story.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes, it did.
Vagrant Story, that was such a Mac Daddy game back in the past.
That was a good game. I played the crap out of that one.
Yeah, I really, really, really need to go back and play it again because it's just been so long since the last time we played it. But that is, in my opinion, one game that should have had a sequel.
Yeah, that was a good game. I love that one.
And here's where this one's going to get fun. The game that shouldn't have got a sequel, Knack.
Yeah.
Knack. If you've played Knack before, the delivery of the voice acting in that game is about as deadpan as it can get. There's no excitement. There's nothing to it. It's just like a bunch of guys are like, oh, reading a script, and they're like, oh, hey, Knack, do the thing that you got to do, guys, and stuff. And it's bad.
I just felt like they were there saying, "Do the thing, Knack, and good luck. Where's my paycheck?"
Yeah, it really, it's really what it felt like, because there's instances in the game where it's like, oh, we gotta go save Dr. So-and-so. All right, let's get in the plane and go to this bad guy's mansion. And then you fly to the mansion, the doctor that's there with you, and he's talking to you. He's like, well, okay, Knack, don't die, and stuff like that. It's like, what? It's like, this is so bad. I mean, the gameplay isn't horrible in itself, but it feels like a tech demo, because at the time when Knack came out at the beginning of the PlayStation 4's life cycle. It was a launch title. So they were like, look at all these tiny little triangles you can have on the screen at the same time with your PlayStation 4. That's its horsepower right there. So your Knack is made of a whole bunch of ancient artifacts that hold them together to make them a giant thing, and you collect more of these artifacts to make yourself a bigger thing.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's all in service of trying to promote the horsepower of the PS4. But the voice acting is so bad, and then to hear that they came out with another Knack, I'm just like, this game did not score above 70 on Metacritic, if I remember correctly. I think it was a 66. And I bought the game because I was like, oh yeah, Knack, this is going to be a platform adventure. This is going to be fun. I think I got 3/4 of the way through that game, and it was at that point I was like, I can't take this anymore. The delivery of these lines are just so bad. It's like, I'm done, and I shelved it. So why the hell did you make Knack 2, guys? Which they do allow co-op play in Knack 2 now. And during the cutscenes, there's a blue Knack and a brown Knack, and the blue Knack goes inside the brown Knack during the cutscenes. So you see blue and brown little artifacts swirling around in the cutscene.
Giggity.
It's like, what? Like, this is how they're explaining away that co-op play in single player story mode. Blue Knack goes inside brown Knack. Okay.
Peanut butter.
Cool.
Peanut butter. Never gonna live that down. Never gonna live that down. This is a great episode. I'm never gonna live that down.
Oh my god.
Can't wait. Okay, TJ.
Okay, so I did some thinking about it. I actually looked back, and there were a bunch of games that were listed in everyone's, top whatever. Like, brain just shut off immediately. It's like, nah, you don't remember that. Devil May Cry 2 got mentioned a lot. I played it. Actually, I think it was the first one I played. I didn't mind it. It was okay. But it was also the first one I played. But if I was going to say a sequel that didn't even made, and it's one that I pre-ordered, it was Sonic the Hedgehog 2006.
Woof.
Yeah. I pre-ordered it because it came with a Sonic plushie.
Why don't you? How about anything after Sonic 3?
Probably, yeah. But here's the thing, like, I didn't play any Sonic games since Sega Genesis. And then it was like, Sonic the Hedgehog. And I'm like, I have a PS3, I'll buy that. And I bought into it and I played it and I was like, this is not good. This is such a terrible game. But yeah, I don't remember much about it because it wasn't good. It wasn't memorable. I remember it being so weird. It was like, New Donk City and Odyssey, how it's you have Mario and then humans. It was really jarring to see Sonic and humans.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fucking weird.
I also remember there being a huge issue with loading times.
Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah.
so much loading.
There
It was the worst. But yeah.
So we'll say the Sonic franchise
Just
after
stop.
3.
Yeah, just stop.
Stop.
Let it go.
However,
Sonic
Sonic Mania
Mania.
was good.
Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it wasn't made by Sega, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
So that was made by people who actually enjoy Sonic games.
Oh, you think you can do good? Show us. They're like, okay.
Yeah, and then also Sonic Forces launches in the exact same year.
Oof.
And what's the game that gets the most attention?
Yeah.
Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
While Forces goes down the toilet.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I feel like they keep they're trying to rebrand the IP and like give it some life, but you got to get away from the hedgehogs. Like, I'm sure that'd been a good game if it weren't for all the hedgehogs. Just fucking, move on. Let it go.
I can't say it. I can't say it.
What?
I was gonna say reboot the franchise around you.
No.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Um,
Okay, so games that deserved a sequel. 'cause
I'm kind of torn here
All right, what do you got?
because I have two.
All right, spit 2 of them out then.
The first one would be Grim Fandango.
Ooh,
I would love to see a sequel to it.
Grim Fandango was such a good.
It's another Tim Schafer game since we were talking about Thimbleweed Park.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. And I don't remember what I was watching, but I was like, this makes me think of Grim. I think I was watching Curtis play. And just the way the characters interact. And I was like, it makes me think of Grim Fandango. And then I was looking at it and I was like, oh, that is a Tim Schafer game. So that makes sense. And I really love the game. And it's on phones, computers. It's everywhere now. But yeah, I think that could use a sequel. And also, Blast Corps.
Whoa, yeah, no lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that needs a sequel for sure. That
Now-
game was bad to the bone.
I was thinking about this, and Curtis mentioned games that need a reboot. He wanted to talk about those, and I was like, that could also use a reboot.
Yes, it could.
Just current gen
Nice.
graphics. That'd be so
Nice
badass.
That's such good music too.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
That's the Rareware's
Yeah,
golden days of
yeah.
in Nintendo.
They were just churning out, and everything came
They
out was
were.
just gold.
Everything was gold.
They had so many good games,
Yeah.
Rareware, back in the Nintendo 64 days. Blast Corps, I agree with you 100%. That
Yeah.
needs a reboot or a sequel
Yeah,
for sure.
we'll never see it.
No.
It's
Yeah.
sad. But those are my games.
All right, well, guys, that's going to do it for the podcast this week.
Hold on, before we jump off ship here.
Okay, hold on.
TJ brought it up, so I'm going to bring it up.
Let me put this in neutral right quick.
Hold those gears. Since we talked about games that do and don't deserve sequels, what about games that deserve a reboot?
Games that
I know
don't.
TJ talked about the Last Course. What about what else do you think would deserve a reboot on one of these newer consoles?
I mentioned in one of the previous podcasts a game that I would like to see remade or rebooted was Crystalis
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nintendo.
Yeah,
I
and I
believe
thought about that one when I was trying to process this in my own head.
I think that game deserves a reboot. I think I know one of yours. You made a comment on that video. Star Tropics.
You're
Yeah,
correct, sir.
you said-
As a
you
matter of
said that.
fact, would have been mine, and I was going to pick the Switch.
There you go.
I think that would be a great idea for them to try to revisit that.
I never played
Yeah,
Star
that
Tropics.
was yours.
It's a good game.
That's
Was it?
that's
What was it for?
fantastic.
NES.
Nintendo.
Right,
It
Original.
didn't get
It's a single-player
as much fanfare as I would have liked to have gotten because I just connected to the game very well. I did not like the sequel.
Zelda's
right, it didn't
Revenge
have
was
a sequel.
okay. It wasn't horrible.
I didn't like the sequel. To me, it was one of those wasted moments. But Star Tropics on its own was really, really good, and I'd like to see them come back and repeat that.
That's awesome.
Well, when you have RC in your sub going, whip, 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 whip. You can't help but smile because he's like, that looks like the Nintendo peripheral, and I'm stalling because I can't remember its stupid name.
Think of his name.
What's that?
Rob?
Nintendo? Rob, yeah.
Rob.
Looks like Rob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say light gun.
Yeah.
No, that's a good choice. The Star Tropics. I think that would be a cool reboot,
HD
along with
reboot.
Crystallis.
Yeah, I would love to see another Crystallis.
That's a
I
game.
loved that game.
Crystallis is also a game that really needs a sequel.
It did. It did need a sequel, didn't it?
Yeah.
I thought about that, but I was sitting here trying to figure out how they would wrap the story back around to where they could either continue it or just to try to go back and weave in something new to what was already told.
Ooh.
I hate to mention and bring attention to this game, but there was a game released on Steam a while back called Evil Quest.
Fun.
It was just called Evil Quest, and when it released, it was $2. It was like $2 on Steam, and I was like, "What is this?" And I looked at the preview trailer, and it was basically
Oh, yeah.
rehashed like 8-bit like stolen animations from Crystallis of the character.
Really?
I
and
remember.
like even like the swinging of the sword, like the sword, in the sword he
Yeah.
jabs it because
Yeah.
it's a sword.
Yeah.
But this character that you're playing as in Evil Quest is jabbing an axe, and it's the same exact animation from Crystallis, and he's jabbing an axe, and he can sit there and charge it, and it does the little whoop, whoop, and you shoot like magic out of your axe or whatever. And I was like, this is just like.
Oh wow.
No.
Thievery.
Wow.
a lot like never mind. I'm not going to get into that. We're about to end the podcast. It'd be too long. It was another game that stole things from a game and got taken off of Steam.
Good times.
Yay, theft.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That's how I make my living.
all right.
Thieve stuff from one location and transport it to another.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right,
Cool.
guys. Okay, so now grinding back into first. That is going to be the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for joining me this week.
Yeah. It's a good
Great
time.
being here, guys.
It
Pleasure,
was
yeah.
it's a blast. So tune in next time for the VGBits Bitcast and send us your emails. We do enjoy emails. See you next time. Bye.
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 Bye.